As far as the Cleveland perspective is concerned, this is a 1-6 team. This is a team that does not have Deshaun Watson, who tore his Achilles last weekend. This is a team who is now turning to the veteran Jameis Winston, who Todd Monken knows well from his time working with him in Tampa Bay. This is also a team that has Nick Chubb back after last year's brutal knee injury that he sustained. I don't know if he's still on a pitch count or not, but the reality is times are bleak in Cleveland. You have the Deshaun Watson story hanging over your head. You're 1-6. You let Joe Flacco walk out your building after leading you to the playoffs a year ago. And now you welcome in the top ranked offense in so many categories to your building coming up on Sunday, including the front runner for MVP, and that is LJ8. Defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz spoke earlier today about preparation for that guy.
It's been pretty much over his career. He's gone from a run-first quarterback to a pass-first quarterback that can make plays with his feet. Has a lot more quick throws in there. There's been times in the past that he sort of zeroed in on one receiver. When you got good players, you want to zero in on one guy. But now he's spreading the ball around to a lot more people. Has that combination of getting it out quick, but he can also make a play when the play breaks down. And he threatens all 53 in the third, 110 or 120 yards of the field. He's sideline to sideline, and he can go north-south in a hurry also. So, they pretty much opened the whole passing game up to him. And he can rely on that, but he also has those legs that he can make explosive plays. I think he leads the NFL in explosive runs.
Jim Schwartz, and the key takeaway there from Cleveland's defensive coordinator was this quote: he's gone from a run-first quarterback to a pass-first quarterback that can make plays with his feet. And checking my mentions, and I tweeted that video out earlier today, some took offense to that within Ravens country. I don't know why. Is he not building up Lamar's ability, or is he downplaying Lamar's ability to kill you with his legs by saying that? No, I think he's just trying to acknowledge what a lot of us know, and that is tremendous growth has been seen from Lamar in the pocket, making his checks, diagnosing at the line of scrimmage, right? Being empowered by Todd Monken, distributing the football, distributing it with precision, throwing outside the numbers, throwing the deep ball, particularly to bait this season, right? And making more sound decisions. I felt like he put his body in a little bit more in harm's way than usual on Monday night. I didn't like some of those design quarterback runs or some of those pulls, but hey, you got to kind of let Lamar be Lamar. And the reality is he's never been banged up significantly because of those types of plays. He's just too elusive. And they've all happened on fluke situations outside the pocket, one of which, if I'm not mistaken, was against Cleveland and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah after he was flushed out of the pocket. I believe that was one of his injuries in that 2021-2022 area where both seasons ended prematurely due to injury. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that was the case. I got to go back and look at that specifically. But that's what makes Lamar so damn special. So if anything, him acknowledging that he's gone from run first, right, to passing first, but can still make plays with his feet, I think is acknowledging what we already know. In terms of the player perspective, that's the coaching perspective, the player perspective, and the aforementioned Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who is an extremely athletic linebacker for them. There's a reason why the Browns have played the Ravens tough, relatively tough in terms of Lamar. Nobody's played Lamar tougher than the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the record reflects that. But I think this dude, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, he is a player, and he has the tools. He's a specimen that can keep up with Lamar.
Like Lamar has taken his game up to even another level this season. So just how well is he playing? What are you seeing on film this year?
Again, there's when we say there's another level, it's just like, all right, like we didn't know it was another level, because he's been playing on such a great level, and a high level. So, He's using his feet. He's doing miraculous plays, extending plays as all the great quarterbacks do. But again, he's carrying this offense. I believe they have, 31 points a game right now, and the number one. So, it's a challenge for us. But, again, Coach Schwartz has put a good plan together to be able to defend us. So.
JOK, Jeremiah Owusu Koromo, you heard him there. He didn't feel like there was another level, but, well, guess what? They found it. Quote, when we say there's another level, it's just like, all right, dang, we didn't know there was another level because he's been playing on such a great level and a high level. JOK on Lamar Jackson's game and what he's been studying on tape. The guest lines are open. I just dropped the link in there. So if you'd like to call into the show and share a thought with me on this Thursday evening just before 6 o'clock Eastern, please do so by hitting that link. The injury report is interesting. It's a little deep, I think, for most of our likings at this point in the week. But the reality is there is one more day, and some of these guys just may not be able to go and maybe don't need to go coming up on Sunday. Rasheen Ali, disappointing rookie year for him thus far. He's the 5th rounder out of Marshall, potential IR candidate. He's been a DNP all week. Jalen Armour-Davis, who was just activated off of IR, he's dealing with a hamstring. He was a full participant. Might need him given some of the injuries they have at corner. Zay Flowers potentially trending towards not going on Sunday afternoon. He's got an ankle. We all saw the way it was rolled up on. It's funny, too. He went back into the game after getting it taped up. You got to think something has to do with adrenaline, being that it's primetime football there. But he's been a DNP all week. Malik Harrison upgraded to a full participant with a groin. Marlon Humphrey's been a DNP all week with that knee. Travis Jones, limited after a DNP Wednesday with that ankle. Arthur Maulette, I'm expecting him to potentially make his season debut. That knee hamstring status. He was upgraded to a full participant today. That's good news. Because again, if Marlon can't go, then, and TJ Tampa, not that Tampa's been logging snaps for them at corner, but Marlon is trending towards not being able to go. And so if you can get both Jalen Armour-Davis back and the vet in Arthur Maulette, who's a solid nickel for you, that would at least alleviate some of their absences. Keaton Mitchell's been limited so far this week. They're going to be careful with him. Like I said, Tampa's been down all week with an ankle. Tough rookie year for him thus far after that sports hernia surgery over the summer and now dealing with an ankle. Broderick Washington, full participant. And Nate Wiggins upgraded from a DNP to full after shoulder and illness designations popped up under that injury category. So this is where things stand right now injury-wise. Some questions at corner. Obviously a question at wide receiver was Zay Flowers. But I'll tell you what, Cleveland really struggles to defend tight ends. And when their safety, Grant Delpit's talking like this about Mark Andrews, I can't help but think it's going to be a big afternoon for 89.
Mark Andrews is back to form. He's had kind of a quiet last 2 years.
I think that Likely is showing up more. I think that he's kind of becoming their more go-to guy. But it's 2 good tight ends out there.
Do not overlook 89. I'm telling you right now, if he gets going, I know it, Chef. I'm getting you in right here. But if he gets going, and he's starting to stack games, Mark is, after a 2-touchdown performance. Of course, he passes Todd Heap's record, breaks a new record for all-time receiving touchdowns in Ravens franchise history, and he did so in year 7, which was tremendous. But he's starting to come on. That toe tap was a thing of beauty on Monday night. And I'm telling you, Cleveland has had a difficult time stopping tight ends. The Ravens have as well at times in the middle part of the field. So I don't know. If you're throwing some money around this week, you may start to look at some props there related to Mark Andrews.